What's up everybody? Simon here. Sorry I haven't been doing as many videos as of late. I've been super busy with work, but in this video we're going to talk about the importance of competition. We're going to define the different competitors or competition people there are out there, and let's see where you fall in line. I'll tell you where I fall in line. Let's get into this video. Okay, so competition. There are three different types of people that are into competition or see competition in a certain way, right? There are people that are dominant in competition. They favor it. They want to be the top dog. You could look at these people such as Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant. LeBron James is one of those people that favors competition and understands competition, the importance of it. And Michael Jordan was one that would be the dominant figure, I would say, in competition. He would talk trash to anyone on the court. He would be the dominant person in any competition, making sure that people are aware of where he is, who he is, how he thinks, etc. So I would put him in the category of alpha male competitor versus the competitor that's scared. So that's the second competitor, is a competitor that is scared. That could be a competitor that might be going into a tournament, a tennis match, etc., with doubt in their mind or potentially with fear already instilled. That is the worst competitor to be. That could be a competitor in business that is afraid to launch a business, okay? They are scared that they are going to get destroyed by the competitor that they're competing against. And they are worried they may not be able to be successful in business. They're starting a new company. They have fear. They have doubt. That's usually a recipe for failure. Then there's a third competitor, and it's the competitor who does not even recognize competition at all, okay? So there is Gary Vee. You guys know Gary Vee.
To me, there's a very big distinction between respect and scared. I've never been scared, but I respect the competition. I respect that it's out there, but I've never been scared.
Gary Vee talks about how he doesn't even know his competitors exist. He's competing with himself every day versus understanding what is out there, fearing what is out there, or even being dominant to what is out there. Gary Vee has mentioned that the only competitor he has is himself. There's no one else out there, and that is pretty much it. So those are the three types. One is the alpha male competitor, the guy that comes in and says, I'm the best in this room. I'm going to destroy everything. I'm going to go ahead, score 30 points a night like Jordan has done. Jordan basically blew out the competition. He let everyone know on the court that when he's on the court, he is the number one competitor on that court. Then there are other competitors that are fearful or scared, and they don't want to see an opponent across from them that they know is going to cause trouble. We see this in basketball games. There was a time when I used to be a Warriors fan watching the Warriors play against Kobe Bryant. Anytime I knew we would play against Kobe, I had a feeling that we were going to get blown out and he was going to put us in for a spin. So overall, that was a competitor that I knew when the Warriors were playing, we would have a hard time keeping up with Kobe and the Lakers. So that was a fear of mine. I could imagine how the Warriors felt at that time. And then there's the competitor that doesn't know. In fact, the competitor does not focus on one competitor. They're focusing on themselves improving daily. That's probably the best one to be. That's the one that Gary Vee talks about. They're saying, hey, I'm competing with myself. If I can improve myself by 1% every day or a little bit every day, that's going to amount to a big improvement, and that's all I need to worry about. Who cares who's standing across from me? Who cares who just opened up a business? Who cares who has a business longer or bigger than mine? I'm going to continue improving. This is my path. This is my channel. And this is what I need to do to get to that next level or to earn $100,000, $1,000, $10,000, $100,000 more for the time being. So that competitor is the one I strive to be. However, I tend to fall into the category of a dominant competitor with a Michael Jordan mindset. That mindset typically is the least liked mindset in competition. First of all, you're coming in as an alpha dog. It makes other alpha dogs cautious. It makes people that are not as competitive weary of being around you. So that personality is generally not liked as much as some of the other personalities, such as the weak competitor, which you could just walk all over, or the competitor that doesn't care because they're not threatened by you. So when you are an alpha male competitor, you are being the threat to everybody around you, including other alpha male competitors. And that category is the toughest to be in, the toughest to succeed in. But once you succeed, you're going to be very successful, such as, again, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant. These all three are probably the greatest basketball players out there, but they're also all alpha male competitors. Now, I don't know of a weak competitor or a passive competitor. Maybe one competitor that I could put in the does not care category is Stephen Curry from the Golden State Warriors. He's a dominant player. He's typically an alpha male. He is a player that other people fear. And when he steps on the court, that is. But I don't think he cares who else is on the court. He's so focused in his own mindset that he's trying to improve himself during that time that he's on the court and improve his teammates. So he's not focused on, hey, is LeBron on the court, or did they just put someone else in? Is Davis on the court, etc. He's really focused on what he needs to do. And that's the passive competitor. And that's the competitor that does not care who the competition is. And that's why he's more favored than, say, a LeBron James, or more liked or well received than a Michael Jordan potentially, because he is not stepping on anyone's toes. He is not coming in there as an alpha male proclaiming to be the best. He's just doing what he's good at. In business, if you are against competition, you're going to have a very hard time succeeding as an entrepreneur. You have to accept competition. Competition actually brings several values to what you're doing in your industry. For example, competition will allow you to know how big a potential business or how much potential a business has. So if your competitor is doing so well and you see the amount of millions they're bringing in, that just means that you could be at that level if you do things properly like your competitor. So they're setting a threshold for you, and you could beat that threshold or get up to it and understand. So you're learning from your competition as to what the thresholds could be, how to market, what works best if you pay attention. Now, this is where Gary Vee goes wrong with his I don't care. I don't know my competition exists because I'm competing against myself, because he takes away that learning aspect of competition and the comparisons of thresholds. Competition can also drive inspiration, okay? For example, Michael Jordan had 6 championship rings or NBA final rings, and people constantly compare that to a threshold. It drives them. It makes them inspired to get more than 6 rings. Tom Brady, I believe, has 6 or 7 Super Bowl rings now. That drives the next quarterback to beat that number of rings, and that pushes people. So competition is good. It will push you if you pay attention. So if you are an alpha male competitor, that could drag you down because you see Tom Brady going, hey, this guy got 6, 7 Super Bowl rings and I have 1 or none. God, that's going to bring you down if you're an alpha male competitor. It may also bring you down if you're a passive competitor or a scared competitor. And guess what? If you're one of those competitors that doesn't care, it won't do anything to you because you're focused on yourself. So it's better to be in that category in that regard. So overall, competition is good depending on which part you fall in. And if you could make a lot of money and have competition, then why would you care to not have competition? Competition's always going to be great because it's going to level you up. That's what you need to understand as an entrepreneur, as a competitor in sports, as someone that's competing for a job, etc. It's going to make you better. And if you could accept that about competition, that it will make you better, then you will know that competition is a good thing. Once you understand that competition is a good thing, you put all the hard feelings behind, all the things that you went through behind, then you will know that competition is only going to level you up. And once it levels you up, it's going to level the competitor up. Then you're going to have to level up again and again and again. And ultimately, you're going to indirectly push each other to do better, to offer better for your clients, to be the top dog, and it becomes a survival of the fittest in the end. The business that does things the best, the athlete that performs or trains better and works with his team better, etc., is going to be the winner in the end. So the amount of time you put into anything is going to prevail. And in competition, it's absolutely necessary that you focus not only on improving yourself a little bit, but you also understand what the competition is doing so that you can go ahead and learn from their mistakes or their wins and better that. Once you understand your clients, your niche, your capabilities, and the thresholds or the limits of competition, you are going to only improve your competition. You are only going to improve the way you do things, the way you perform, and the results that you get, because you're pushing yourself to that next level beyond your competitor and beyond yourself. Anyway, if you like content like this, give me a like. It's free. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'll catch you guys here in the next video.